Welcome back to the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me, Jon Watts, today at Branston Golf and Country Club. Today's video is going to be a really simple one on chipping. I'm going to give you 3 of the most simple tips to improve your chipping. Stay tuned to find out more. As mentioned, today's video is going to be about chipping. So we're around the edge of the green here. So I'm talking about a shot where I'm trying to get the ball to roll at least as much as I'm going to try and get it to fly. I would call a higher shot something spending a little bit more time up in the air, a pitch. So I'm going to be focusing on chipping, but you could actually take these 3 simple parts and actually put them into some of the other short game shots that we're not going to talk about today, but definitely would have some relevance. So I'm going to jump straight into, as I said, 3 simple tips here. And I'm not going to be talking about club selection. I've done quite a few videos on that, and I'll put some links in this video below. So check those out, talking about club selection, because I think if you choose the right club, again, it makes it very simple. I find too many golfers only using one real club round the green, and then the variable is how long they're swinging, how hard they're hitting it. And now we can do that. Shane Lowry does it very, very well. But remember, he's a tour pro that's practicing every single day. We're talking about making this simple, making it easier. So I've got a shot here. The flag's about 20 odd yards away. The green starts about 8 paces, 8 yards away. So I want to fly the ball onto the green and get the ball to roll. I'm probably flying it half and rolling it about half, and I've chosen a pitching wedge for this particular one. Now I would vary that depending on how much I want the ball to roll. I could land the ball short of the green on this occasion because the conditions are good enough, but we're in autumn now, and we are going into that winter period where really we're probably thinking about actually starting to land them more onto the green, because the surface around the green may just be a little bit too soft, it may be a little too inconsistent. So I'm choosing a pitching wedge. I could have chosen a few different clubs, but let's not get too bogged down with that. Let's focus on 3 really simple, I said 2 there, 3 really simple tips that are going to improve your chipping. So the first one is grip pressure. I want you to grip it as light as you can, as soft as you can. I find too many people gripping it for sheer death. They're really tightening and tensing here. Now, when you grip it too tight, what tends to happen is everything tends to be quite jerky. So I tend to see very quick, long movements away from the ball, and often that leads to people slowing down, decelerating. So I want you to go lighter. I want you to feel the weight of the club and let that club accelerate for you. So I don't want you to be too tight. I want you to go nice and light. Feel the weight of the golf club throughout the motion. So light grip pressure, I said it was really simple, is a really key part. Bad chippers, bad pitchers will tend to throttle. So make sure you're going as light as you can there. So you're really feeling that weight of the golf club. And I want it to be that throughout the whole movement. So on that finish position, I want you to hold the finish and actually judge, did I manage to keep my grip pressure light? If this is a fault of yours, try and make sure that we finish light here as well as light obviously at the start position. So point number 2 is going to be allowing your head and your body to keep rotating towards the target. So I find too many golfers chip where they're keeping their head down, they're keeping their head still. And then we end up with a lack of rotation here, so it ends up being hands and arms. And when the hands and arms are working, we tend to see this lead elbow, so this left elbow for me, start to work upwards. And often what I'm finding is golfers actually striking the ball maybe a quarter way, halfway up the ball. They're not getting that clean contact, that ball turf strike that we really want, because the arms are starting to work upwards. So what I want you to be very conscious of in the swing is allowing your head to rotate, to allow your chest to rotate. Now I've left a tour stick, excuse me, down on the ground here, because this is a really good training exercise. Cane up the side of the golf club, keep the cane in contact with your lead side, because it means your chest has to keep rotating, and it means your head's going to be turning as well with the shot. I definitely want head rotation here, so head and chest turning towards the target. Point number 3 is going to be where we should start with our pressure at setup. And again, I've talked about this quite a lot, but I really want to get that pressure onto my lead side. So I'm going to start with my pressure onto my front foot, onto my lead leg. I want it to finish there. I get a lot of golfers who just don't start with enough pressure forwards. So when I'm getting my pressure forwards, my sternum will be ahead of the golf ball, and it's a simple test to check that, dangling it from my sternum. The pressure's on my lead side. I'm going to go really light grip pressure, and I'm going to allow my head and my chest to rotate with the shot. Let's see if I can do that. That felt a good strike. It's landed about a yard on the green, and it's rolling up there just short of pin high. Let me hit one more. So pressure onto my lead side. Very light grip pressure, and allow my head and chest to rotate towards the target. Don't get fixated on keep your head down. There we go, that's going to be closer. I've just landed that a little bit further. I could have perhaps just changed the club, but that felt two great strikes up there nice and close, and they're the three key points I want you to take next time you're on the golf course to improve your chipping. I know it's going to help. Make sure you give us a thumbs up if you do find this video or did find this video helpful, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for all the other content every Tuesday and Thursday, as well as some Saturday specials coming your way. Cheers guys, we'll see you soon.